Hey guys, this is Papasmurf, Splyce Gaming main tank, doing a little VOD review of a GosuGamer Overwatch Weekly event we had on June 19th. I'm going to be showing you guys the defense that we rolled out, kind of break it down, what's going through my head, some of the calls I'm making, kind of some of the hero picks and philosophies that we think about when we play. Let's talk hero compositions. At the start of the game, we were rolling out with Reinhardt, McCree, Soldier 76, Roadhog, Mercy, and Symmetra. To understand these compositions, we have to look at the meta that was going on during the time of this tournament. So this happened right after the McCree nerf. The McCree nerf resulted in a meta shift with increased heavy tank play. If you watch the match that followed this one, you'll see us play Selfless, who run 3 tanks the majority of the matches. The McCree nerf brought less right-click damage from McCree, which meant you couldn't chew up tanks as easy. So the meta shift went towards heavy tank play for a little bit. The week that this tournament was ran, we saw a shift towards more fairer play, which resulted in more 76 play instead of McCree's. What you might want to watch in this VOD is some of the positions Cozen is running. Soldier 76 on this map, when we ran this strategy, was not very common. Reaper was a much more common strategy as a hero pick. The way Cozen plays Soldier 76 in this match is the way that you'll see him be played currently and probably for the next couple weeks. A lot of on top cafe, a lot on elevator, playing in a high ground position where the enemy has to commit significant amount of effort to disengage him from that position. So the offense here, Melee GG, is running a 2 tanks, a Reaper. This is more standard to what was going on at the start of the game here. We're holding a forward position, seeing what they're running out with, seeing if we can get any spam damage off. But we're not focused on holding that position. Stalling them, see if we can get free shield damage before we kind of do a full engage. This first fight's a little sloppy. Right here, I'm calling out where they're going, if they're going up top, if they're going back alley, my shield percentage, what their shield percentage is. I believe we make a back alley call here. I made a call for them to go back alley, or someone did. I shifted over to dumpster, and that's why I left my position on the front of the point to switch over to the back by dumpster. It might have been the wrong call, and that's why this fight ends up sloppy. I'm just going to let it play out here. One thing to kind of note here is if you look at Cozen's position, after he kind of disengages these targets at the bottom cafe, he goes right back to the top, and there is not a whole lot this other team can do to contest him with the heroes they have right now. They have nothing that can get high ground except the Reaper, but you're not going to just shift teleport up to the top of cafe. Now Flame comes in and he gets a triple kill. It's very hard to do some of the stuff Flame does on Symmetra. It's a lot about positioning. It's a lot about knowing when you can be aggressive on that hero. It takes time to learn. So again, we're spamming out. We're calling our shield percentage, where they're going, what they're committing. Yeah, so they high noon. I hear the high noon. I hold shift. You have to make sure to call if the high noon goes down, or if they're holding it. A lot of people will make the mistake of assuming it went down. So they go back alley, I call from back alley, I tell them I'm switching over to dumpster, we're in this position. I have Earth Shatter up. I don't know if the other Reinhardt has Earth Shatter up. You have to assume that you're somewhat even if neither of you have used it at the start of the game, right? We already took a single fight. I have ult, I have to assume he has ult. The key thing in this position where can I be to react to this other Reinhardt in terms of getting charged, in terms of dropping my shield, in terms of me earth shattering him earth shattering me. So you can see he charges and I'm able to react to it. And that's because I'm in a position, or I know I'm at a certain distance where if he charges and drops his shield, I can earth shatter him before I get pinned. If you come from like the FGC or other fighting games itself, it's footsies, right? It's a distancing thing, it's a positioning thing. It's very key in the Reinhardt matchups. I charge him, can he react to me? If I charge him and he's being speed boosted, can he jump out of the way of the potential pin? These are the things you gotta think about, and it takes time. So that being said, one of the things we don't do well here is kill the Mercy, and she gets a res off. He gets a bad earth shatter and I pin him because of it, and we end up winning the fight. If he got a better earth shatter off, then that fight might have changed. Yeah, it's hard to say, right? The play that changed that fight was the earth shatter after the bad charge. So I have earth shatter back up because I got like I earth shattered a bunch of people, killed 2 people, and then pinned after the res. So he is not expecting me to have earth shatter. No one on this team is expecting me to have earth shatter. We're just playing the front. We get a good pick. The Zarya holds shield, so I throw my shield back up, knowing that we can't get the pick off after the hook. High noon right now. I draw my shield to jump out of the way. We clean up this kill. Once again, we do a terrible job of killing the Mercy. Better teams, and not to say that these guys are awful. These guys are a very good team. But the top teams, you can't make mistakes like that as far as Mercy reses. You have to always be hunting for Mercy kills because of situations like that. You will get punished at a higher level if you let them get 5-man reses off. So I believe Clockwork does a zoning ult here. And this is an okay ult. His trigger was how far that Zarya was in front of the Reinhardt shield. He doesn't get anything, but it's Overwatch, so he gets 50% of his ult back, so it's no big loss. I have Earth Shatter now. I dodge another charge right there. And it didn't seem like much, but again, if you look at the positioning where he started to charge and where my positioning is, I can react to him charging. I can jump out of the way without getting pinned. As a Reinhardt player, you need to know when they can and can't react, and assume that they will be able to react because they're good players. If I charge a Reinhardt player at a certain distance and he's able to get away, he will 100% get away every single time. And that's how you should be thinking. Now, obviously, you need to take risks in certain situations, but he charged from a distance that was way too long and gave me way too much time to react to. We get Black Hold. I react Earth Shatter because their Reinhardt drops their shield, and we clean up because of it. You'll see, as a tank player, sometimes you feel the need to try to do damage, right? And that's what that Reinhardt got in the mindset of. I see the black hole, I don't see my team shooting at him, so I need to go up and swing my hammer. Because he drops his shield, I'm able to ult him and then get a charge off. Clockwork does a good job cleaning up here. The other good thing about, and this happened about 10 seconds earlier, is with 10 seconds left in the game, Clockwork zone ults, because he's able to look at the time, at the clock, and see what's going on. Using the clock as a reference of when you should use your ults is a good resource a mentality to have. Clockwork gets to play the game here. Let's see what he does. Cleans up by Earth Shatter. Flame cleans up with the Symmetra. And he finishes him off. So to take away from some of this, just to reiterate, as far as, you know, trying to get better as a tank main, Reinhardt, it's a lot about positioning. It's a lot about understanding what you can and cannot react to. If McCree speed boosts at me and tries to stun, can my teammate Lucio counter speed boost out if I'm at a certain position? Understanding where you should be standing as they move towards you, understanding if he charges at a certain distance, can I get charged back? Those are the things that you need to be thinking about in the Reinhardt v Reinhardt matchup. As far as what I would do differently, they keep running the Reaper, and I think you have to ask yourself if the Reaper and Zarya really contributed enough to trying to kill the heroes we have. I don't think they ever took out the teleporter. They never really contested Kozin in a way. He kind of just had free range the entire game. You know, you might want to run the Reaper because we're running 2 tanks, but at the same time, it's questionable. This has been a demo review of Hollywood Defense. I hope you guys enjoyed it. You know, I'll have more coming up.
So we're here at the hotel in Katowice. Andrew's dad, we don't know where he went.